An adjuster once offered my friend $5,000 to settle her bodily injury claim. That was their first and supposedly their final offer. But guess what? 5 months later, she settled for $50,000. That's not a typo, guys. That's a real outcome. No attorney, no lawsuit, just strategy. Now, out of respect for her privacy, I won't go into the injuries or the specifics, but let me be crystal clear. $5,000 was insulting, and the adjuster, well, let's just say they weren't winning any professional awards. But my friend knew better. She stayed calm, didn't act desperate. She did her homework, asked questions, and she waited. That's it. And then she waited again. Because when you understand how insurance companies operate, you realize one thing: your patience can be worth thousands. Hey, it's the Claims Ninja, back with another video in claims warfare. And today we're exposing the number one tactic insurance companies use to save money and how you can flip the script. Let's go. And I do have to say this, guys, I am not an attorney, okay? And I don't pretend to be. But what I bring to the table is over 30 years of complex insurance claims experience. I've seen the inner workings, the trade secrets, and the difference between what your claim should look like and what the insurance company might try to settle for. So just think of me as your claims consultant for the day. Now, this channel might be new, but don't confuse that with inexperience. We're bringing real knowledge, real strategies, and real support through memberships, lives, Zoom calls, and even one-on-ones. So let's break this down, and you have to understand that every single thing that adjuster does is about money, the bottom line. So their first offer, it's not made to make you happy. It's made to make you go away. They're banking on one thing: your lack of knowledge. If you don't know what your case is really worth, you'll probably accept it. Let me give you an example. A case that's possibly worth, just say $10,000, their first opening offer could be as low as $1,000 or $1,500. That's because insurance companies make billions doing this, because most people take the first offer just to be done with it, quite frankly, especially if they are not represented by legal counsel. The first offer is more of a psychology warfare. You know, you're tired, you're frustrated, you just want closure. And guess what? They know that. And what happens? Well, you get this number that sounds almost okay, and then you start doubting yourself. Like, maybe this is all I can get. Maybe I'm overreacting, or maybe my expectation is out of the realm of possibility. No, you're not. That offer isn't made with fairness in mind. It's made to protect their bottom line. And this is, I'm going to say, or go on the record as saying, probably 95 to 98% of the time. So when you think of claims settlements, think of mediation or arbitration, and I'll tell you why. Here's where the game really starts to shift. Insurance negotiations, listen up, are just not made to give you what you want. And a wise man once said that great settlements make both parties or both sides equally unhappy. You, as the victim or the claimant, walk away not getting everything you want, that top number that you wanted, but the insurance company also are equally as unhappy because they had to pay more than they intended to pay. So they come in with a number in mind, one that they hope they never reach. So, in other words, they may have $100,000 in settlement authority, but they're hoping that they can settle this case between 50,000 and 75,000. But here's the twist. Sometimes that number is way higher than what you were going to ask for. But if you jump at the first offer, you'll never see that number. That's why patience isn't optional, it's your secret weapon. Now, to be fair, some cases require the expertise of an attorney. That's just it. And lawyers can be helpful in those tough cases, but let's do some real math. Most attorneys take about 33 to 33 and a third, somewhere up in there, right off the top. If they file a lawsuit, that number can then jump to 40%. And if you happen to go to trial, you could lose 50% or more. So here's the deal. If you've got a basic understanding of the process and a clear case, educating yourself could keep thousands in your pocket. Let me say that again. The more you know, the more you keep. So, what's the takeaway, guys? My friend could have panicked and taken the $5,000 offer. She could have walked away under pressure, but instead, she leaned into her knowledge, stayed calm, did her homework, asked questions, and waited. $50,000 later, the message is clear. Don't take the bait, trust the process, play the long game. So here's the main ninja takeaway, guys. The first offer, it's not the finish line, it's the starting bell. Insurance companies are counting on your silence. But now you got strategy, you got clarity, and you've got the one thing they never expect: patience. And listen, guys, what we covered today is just scratching the surface. We're building something bigger here. This channel will soon offer ebooks, classes, and deep dive, the training that you need to know when you deal with the insurance company after an accident. So, rather it's a car crash, a slip and fall, or a claim against a major corporation, you need to know what to do and, more importantly, what not to do before you even think about settling. So, we're going to break down how to approach settlements, negotiations, how to protect your rights. And yes, in most states, you absolutely have the right to know the policy limits of the person who hit you in a car crash, or if you slipped and fell in a store or restaurant. You have the right to know how much coverage that company, organization, restaurant carry to protect themselves and to compensate you. So their first offer, it's not made to make you happy. It's made to make you go away. They're banking on one thing: your lack of knowledge. If you don't know what your case is really worth, you'll probably accept it. So we'll be uncovering all of this and more. So hop on this train because we're headed straight to Education Central. You've just entered the Claims Insider Studio, where knowledge equals power and preparation leads to payouts. So don't forget to subscribe, tell a friend, and I will see you on the next video.